Bamfordrose, and another question of the week. This week I'm going to make an addition to our price guide that we put out at the start of the year. Obviously all models weren't included in that price guide, and it's because I was going to do a special feature on particular models because they warranted a feature of their own. First was Rapide, came out 2010, and it's a fantastic car. You can put 4 people in it and a lot of luggage, and it's an Aston, and you can't normally do that with Astons. So, you know, Rapide, obviously based off DB9, looks classic, beautiful. Wasn't a great sales success. Aston wanted a much bigger share of the market than what they actually got. They went hunting for the Porsche Panamera market, which is approximately 60% of the 4-door premium sports car segment. I think Rapide topped about 6 to 8% share of that market, which isn't good. Reason why, despite it being a good car, for the same money to buy it new, just buy a V12 Vantage and a Range Rover, and I think that's what most people did. Now, several years on, like a 2010 Rapide is often less money than its DB9 counterpart. Costs, resale values, obviously different than what you'll trade in at. I think at a private sale, a 2010 plate DB9 would say 50,000 mile on the clock. So that's it. Sorry, Rapide with 50,000 mile on the clock. Because they're 4-door family cars, they're typically going to have more miles on them, and the market doesn't like high mile cars. So a private sale 2010 car with 50,000 mile on is probably going to start at late 30s, 40s. If you were selling to a trader, traders are interested in their margins. They buy as low as they can, they sell as high as they can, they do very little in between for their money. They're probably going to try and buy it off you for late 20s. Obviously 2011 upwards are going to go for slightly more money as they get younger and less miles, obviously, until we get to Rapide S. So it's difficult to say where each model year is in terms of price, but at that 2010 point, then that's sort of the entry level for a Rapide. The next model I missed out was DBS. Yeah, it's one of the most significant Astons ever made. Great looking car, Bond car, and certainly the DBS manual has had a bit of a bubble attached to it recently, and it's very hard to say if that bubble is continuing or it's actually on its way down, because the market's a bit slow at the moment anyway, and there are DBSs out there which are quite a bit lower price point than where they were probably a year ago. An auto is obviously going to be less desirable than a manual, but the auto is still a great car. Probably autos starting around the 60-65 mark, manual maybe the 90-100 mark. You know, manuals, certain places were trying to sell DB9 manuals for like 120, 130 when the bubble was there, but for me, as much as I like DBS, I don't see why it should be any different. It shouldn't be in a bubble if V12V isn't. You know, both cars are phenomenal. So I think DBS sort of dropping again and normalizing is probably the right place. And as we've mentioned in previous videos, you know, V12V is an incredible bargain at the moment. Entry point, you know, 60s. DBS is still slightly more, and for the DBS Ultimate, you know, they can run to extremely high figures depending on age and mileage. But I think what's quite good in this series is that we identify the entry point, and the figures I just stated seem to be the entry point for DBS. Please check back with us every now and again, because we will add more models to this price assessment, this market assessment. And if you like this series, please give us a like, subscribe, comment below, and click the bell to get notifications of when more Bamfordrose videos come live.